Hey everyone,
Hi, everybody.
it's Gigi.
And Craig.
We've been teaching with each other for almost 2 years.
That's right. 2 glorious years.
Okay. And it's been so effortless
Yeah.
to teach with you and such an incredible honor.
Thank you. You too.
And today's message is encountering pain on the spiritual path, which Craig and I can talk a lot about as we've encountered much of our own. And after many years of doing this and feeling the frustration of something along the lines of my mind saying something like, I've done so much work, or why is it that the more that I look within, the more stuff comes up, right? Isn't this supposed to be getting easier? And what I can report back that is, after doing it for so long, that now I know when something painful comes up, when something feels like I say, it feels like it's like life saying, get on your knees. This is a lesson. Here's the next lesson. Now I know that it is literally just life, the universe, the wisdom, the intelligent wisdom of all that is bringing me the next thing for me to look at. And that's why we say sincerity and devotion on the path is our biggest tools, is really the biggest weapon on the entire path. Because when you come with sincerity and devotion, then the things that come up that feel painful aren't things so much that feel like it's just horrible and it just ends there. They become treasures. They become the next signpost, the next billboard that says, hey, you, if you want to go further, if you want to go deeper on this path, if you want to uncover more jewels within yourself, this is the next place to start going.
Yeah, and I think I would add to a couple of additional words to that, what Gigi said so beautifully. And those words would be patience and compassion for yourself as well. Because I think that one of the common experiences people have is, we have these experiences and moments in which we're really tapped in, like really in flow, feeling alive, feeling our hearts wide open, just, feeling into that deeper nature that we all are. And that feels amazing, and you feel deeply yourself in those moments. And then all of a sudden, after maybe a day or several days or weeks of feeling that way, we'll encounter a really kind of dark place. Feels like we take many steps back, and all of a sudden we're feeling into confusion and self-doubt and shame, and it can be really disorienting to feel connected and to be in flow, and then all of a sudden encounter like a deep kind of wounding crevasse or a deep space of our old conditioning. And so even though it feels that you may be taking several steps back, you're actually creating the space for these parts of self that we've long abandoned and pushed away and denied. Finally, they're allowed space and room to be there, to come up, to rise into your consciousness. So it's actually a really good sign when you're on your path and all of a sudden you hit a space that feels very confusing or dark or sad. Maybe shame comes up or a depression arises all of a sudden. And the key in those moments, again, is to really remember that, okay, I am on my path. I haven't gotten off the path. I'm not steps, behind where I was, but I'm actually right on my path. And these things are arising in order for us to bring presence to them, in order for us to bring compassion, in order for us ultimately to bring love and be that space of loving awareness in which these things can arise and be held. And it is in that holding and that loving awareness for all these very vulnerable parts of ourselves that the deep healing takes place.
So the these these experiences, when we start shifting our perception from this is really bad, I must be doing it wrong, to, oh wow, thank you, gratitude, thank you for showing me what else is within me. that might not be necessarily true. Or as Matt Kahn would say, what within me needs more love, not less. So it's either something that is coming up, as Craig is saying, something that I've just kept pushing down for so long, is finally, because I'm creating space within myself, is coming up to say, hey, are you willing? Are you willing to love me? Are you willing to be the space of love for me? Over and over again, tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Are you willing to show up as love for me when I come up inside of you? Or it could be that it's asking me to really look, where am I not being honest with myself? So these painful spaces are helping us, moving us forward, helping us go forward in aligning with what is truly true for us, for our soul, for this journey.
And part of this, a big part of this, is really recognizing the ways in which we consciously and unconsciously move away from our pain and try and distract ourselves. And there's a million different ways we've created to keep ourselves from really feeling into that layer of pain or conditioning or discomfort that arises. And so one of the first huge steps is really letting yourself recognize, oh, I'm feeling that old feeling of confusion or pain, shame, self-doubt, fear. It's here again, and look at what my tendency is. Like, look at how I'm looking, at my phone more often, or, just whatever it is, just binge watching, Netflix or whatever your thing is. We all have our things in the way that we kind of move away from ourselves. And so bringing awareness to that. And then once we have the awareness, we can actually bring presence, slow down, take some breaths, close our eyes, and actually be with whatever it is that's present. We don't need to love it immediately or embrace it immediately. The first step is simply to slow down and feel it, allow it to be here. Mm-hmm. And whether that's a feeling of deep sadness or depression or fear, shame, whatever it is, really allowing ourselves to feel into those vulnerable parts of self. Mm-hmm. And the loving and the embrace of those parts of self will come naturally, but at first it's just about presence. It's just about bringing, as Eckhart Tolle says, bringing presence to the pain body. So we're going to actually drop us into an experience right now. So I want to invite everyone to close your eyes if you feel comfortable with that, and just drop in, taking a deep breath, settling in to your body. And just starting with just being with your breathing, just allowing yourself to be present with your breath going in and out. And just bringing some awareness to what's present for you right now, what's present for you in your body. Might be some tension or stress, maybe some anxiety, some contraction in the belly or the heart, two really vulnerable spots that we oftentimes hold our tension and stress and pain. Might be some contraction in the throat or another area of the body, and just bring your awareness to that spot. And with the breath, just gently breathing into that space in the heart of the belly or wherever you're holding that contraction. Just becoming present with it. There might be an emotion present with this body sensation. You might be feeling anxious or a little bit sad. You might have a little fear. You might start to feel into that spot that so many of us have where we feel not worthy of love, not okay as we are. And again, with a lot of gentleness, just feeling into that, just touching into that place where we're holding that. a very tender, vulnerable place, and just allowing the breath to gently enter into that spot. We're not trying to change it or control it. We're not even trying to heal it. We're just simply allowing it to be present. Just gently breathing into that space, bringing our presence to it, just allowing it to be here. And what's it like in this moment to fully allow yourself to feel exactly what's going on within you? What's it like to allow everything about your experience to be here? That vulnerability, that tenderness. Maybe you're feeling excitement and joy. Or whatever it is, whatever combination of feelings and sensations you might be feeling, what's it like to allow all of these things to be here, to honor everything that's inside of you right now, everything that's arising? What's it like to breathe gently into your being as you are? And even being with the part of yourself that might not be able to do that right now. Really breathing into the space, that critical voice, the part of yourself that is really hard on yourself, that we all have. Part of yourself that maybe doesn't feel lovable or doesn't feel like you can do this. And just allowing that part to be here too. Really feeling into the spaciousness of that kind of love and acceptance of what is. And feeling into that deeper nature of yourself that is this field of acceptance, this field of love, this field of compassion that can hold whatever arises, can hold whatever's present. And for the last minute or so of this meditation, taking one of your hands and placing it over that vulnerable spot in your heart or belly. You can take both hands and place it over your heart and belly. So wherever your contraction is, wherever that vulnerable, tender spot is, just placing your palm over that spot and feeling the warmth of your hands. And continuing just to gently breathe into that space. A lot of gentleness. A lot of warmth. And just giving yourself a break. Just honoring yourself as you are in this moment. can bring your hands down now and take another deep breath. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, really staying present with your experience and really present in your body. So this is a really beautiful and simple meditation we can do. It's just a slowing down, really. We don't even need to call it a meditation. It's a slowing down and bringing presence to whatever is in your experience, whatever is in your body, whatever is in your emotional experience. Just bringing presence and allowing yourself to be as you are. And again, just being present, and then there's a natural movement from that acceptance into a space of compassion, into a space of love.
Thank you, Craig. Another thing I wanted to add is, like Craig was saying, with this compassion and love is usually when we find issues or problems, we want to rush to fix them, and that there can be this trust and this deep prayer. If we're bringing this type of awareness in, usually the pain will dissolve. Usually we'll be able to see it just completely move. But sometimes when something is truly frozen within us, and it's been frozen, a pain that's been within us for a long time, it doesn't move that quickly. And I like to offer a prayer when I get stuck like that. I like to offer a prayer of thankfulness, of gratitude, that my spirit, that the intelligence of all that is, will provide the right book, the right video, the right person, at the right exact moment that will help me move through the pain that I'm encountering, or the feeling of stuckness that I'm encountering. And that's why, again, that sincerity, that devotion, that trust are really your best friends on your spiritual path. If you can come to everything in that way of just knowing that you're completely held, trusting the process, that it is a journey, it is an unfolding of you becoming more intimate with the truth of your being.
Thank you. Beautifully said.
So our next gathering that Craig and I are going to be doing is going to be in San Francisco. It's going to be on August 8th on the auspicious Lionsgate holiday. And we also have an
hold on.
Yeah.
Before that, so February, or not February, August 8th. We're not even close to February. August 8th. So it's a special Urban Awakening event at the center, and you can find the link there. And it's going to be meditation and sound healing. And also kirtan. And so we're going to be meditating and dropping in. Gigi and I are going to give a talk about devotion to spirit, devotion to the divine. Mm-hmm. And then Gigi and our dear friend, teacher and sound healer Maga is mm-hmm. going to be joining, and they're going to lead in sound healing and chanting and an interactive musical experience. So feel free to bring your singing bowls or hand drums or other instruments. And we're all going to enter into a very organic, spontaneous sound healing experience. So you can click through on the link, and the tickets are on Eventbrite for that. It's going to be a very special evening.
Thank you. Yeah. That was so much more colorful.
That's what we're here for. This is why this works. Yeah.
So would you like to then tell them about our really exciting announcement?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we have another very exciting announcement that's coming up. So probably around September, end of September, early October, we're going to be launching our first immersive 6-week online course. It's called Deconstructing Awakening, and it is a really beautiful, expansive, deep dive into the spiritual teachings that Urban Awakening is all about, which is finding that cross-section, really honoring that cross-section, that integration point between our divine nature, our eternal nature, and as spirit, and our humanness. And that includes things we did today, which is really having and cultivating self-compassion and love for all of the parts of self, all the tenderness, all of the things that we usually deny, making space for those things and really breathing into them and learning how to hold them while also connecting with our deep nature and our stillness. And this course it's incredible. It's going to be a 6-week course. There's going to be weekly talks and meditation, soul journey. Gigi does a really beautiful combination of this Eastern path and shamanism in her soul journeys. And then we're going to have one interactive group meeting online each week as well. So there's going to be an interaction with the group, and it's all over, all online, both pre-recorded and interactive live stuff that we're going to be doing as a group. So we're really excited about it, and we'll be sending lots of information about that on our Facebook page.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So much better than I could have done. Thank you for everyone that stayed all the way to the end. Thank you, Alejandra, Victor, Thomas, Lupe, Theodore, Mala, Michael, Paul, Psycho, Brooklyn, Megan, Brenda, Lupe, I already said that. And all of you amazing people, thank you so much for joining and staying all the way to the end.
Yeah, thank you so much. Really, I saw many of your comments, and although we didn't get to directly engage with your comments, I saw many comments around, how you felt when you slowed down and just letting those feelings be there. And so thank you for being with us and being courageous enough to slow down and bring presence to your experience and bring love to your experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please stay in touch with us.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.